The alarm and concerns of the local residents are understandable, seeing that the little lake that had been there for longer than even the longest members of society can remember began to suddenly disappear before their very eyes on Monday.
When
I arrived here yesterday morning at 6 a.m., the water level seemed lower, but nothing too serious. The portion that had gone down is usually the hottest, as much as 70 degrees Celsius, but no more than that. Things got progressively worse, and by 11 a.m. the small lake was all but gone, and by midday there was a clear drain that had formed and the mud around it also seemed to move. Though the hot springs themselves seem intact, everything else looks like a scene from a disaster movie, and the residents assure the culprits of their now disappeared lake are Cimerwa, that has rock blasting activities nearby, saying they must have destabilized the soil and rocks that were holding the water in place. Geological experts do not agree, however.
Kubera imitingito yabaye ku itariki 14 z'ukwezi kwa karindwi no ku itariki 16 z'ukwezi kwa karindwi.
Because of the earthquakes that took place on the 14th and 16th of July and another that took place yesterday in Lake Tanganyika, I believe those three tremors destabilized the rocks and soil at those hot springs. The fact is, this whole region is part of the Rift Valley, and it has seen its share of volcanic activities in the distant past. And even the volcanoes in the north are relatively young compared to those that used to exist right there in Rusizi. That whole area sits on old volcanic rock. I doubt that rock blasting activities there caused this, and investigations should be carried out, but I really do not think so. Not with all the recent tremors I just told you about. People should not be afraid, and there will be no volcanoes growing out of the ground there. The only difference is that future generations will only get to hear of that small lake that once existed, because it is not coming back. The local residents are still hopeful, however, that they can somehow work to block the water canal that has formed and is draining their former lake, or that Cimerwa should do something about it, seeing that most of the water is now in their quarry site down the hill. District authorities say environmental experts will be asked to visit the site and ascertain what happened.